So following on the article that we started in our recent short, and it was the article by
Gabriel Mine here.
That's exactly the name I was trying to think of, yeah. And he's president of the Scottish Energy Forum. He talked about the increased energy imports, which potentially lead to a higher risk of outages. It's this just-in-time delivery, and something could go wrong, and all of a sudden, we'll be facing brownouts and blackouts. What about gas storage in the UK?
Well, we've kind of let gas storage go down, haven't we? I should say energy imports. Last year we spent £45 billion on oil and gas imports. We've had to kind of restart ROUGH, which has been our biggest gas storage scheme, because of the issues around having capacity when demand is high. Also, we're kind of fortunate that we do have some domestic production in the UK. So our requirement for gas storage is slightly lower than other countries which have no gas production.
So typically a European country would have sort of around about, I think the average is somewhere around about 98 days of gas storage, whereas for the UK, less than 12 days probably at ROUGH. And ROUGH is located offshore in the southern North Sea, so offshore East Anglia.
But, at the moment we're reliant on a little storage, some domestic production, and the balance coming from LNG ships, which will just be diverted to the country paying the highest price.
So energy sources, they will change over time. I mean, we've seen a major change with the invasion of Ukraine and all the consequences of that, and a hike in prices, and a whole replumbing of the world's production and exports and imports. So been major changes, and through all this we've actually got to try and align our energy transition plans with our desire, the need to meet net zero targets, but at the same time we've also got to maintain energy security.
Yeah, and that's become more and more of a challenge for us as our domestic production goes down. And as we said in a previous recording, our domestic production is declining faster than demand is declining. So day by day, we're becoming more and more energy insecure, and we're reliant on imports from various jurisdictions to supply the gap between demand and domestic production.
One of the drivers for that, of course, is the changes in the tax system. Now, I mean, we've had something like 5 changes within the last 2 years to the fiscal system, and it makes the UK one of the most unstable fiscal regimes on the planet.
How can you make an investment decision when the rules change so frequently and they could change again tomorrow? The UK has become virtually uninvestable.
And just as a reminder, back in 2021, the oil and gas sector, well, it was taxed at a rate of about 40%. Today, 78% in 3 years. That level is going to stay with us till 2030.
And we look at the difference in activity between 2 sides of the basin, one in Norway and one in the UK, and the difference is stark. With activity high in Norway, basically almost zero in the UK.